He dug her out of the grave for what? At the age of 12, a German guy, Karl Tanzler, had a dream of a long-dead relative who consistently shows him the face of his soulmate. But friends, it's not a romantic story. If you're a fan of thrilling crime stories, do subscribe to Partners in Crime and ring the bell icon for constant updates. Although Karl got wedded later in his life, he never stopped examining for the face he saw in his dream. In the year 1930, he was 56 years old, and he started working as a radiology technologist in Key West, Florida. There, Tanzler met a 21-year-old Cuban patient, Elena De Hoyos, who suffered from tuberculosis. In spite of her illness, Elena was a strikingly gorgeous girl. She was white-skinned and dark-haired, with an appealing coyness, and so her beauty did not go unnoticed. The moment when Tanzler laid eyes on her, he acknowledged the face he had in his childhood and instantly fell in love with her. He started embellishing his achievements and presented himself to De Hoyos' family as Count von Cosel, but he was not a count and a doctor with 9 university diplomas. He devoted himself to cure Elena, disregarding the hospital's protocol and the limits of his job description. Then, Tanzler exposed his love for Elena and gifted her costly jewelry and clothes. Although privileged, Elena was not interested in Tanzler. The only thing she required for was her health from him. Unfortunately, regardless of Tanzler's efforts to save her, Elena submitted to the illness a year after meeting the peculiar doctor. But the love story was not over for Tanzler. He asked for an agreement from Elena's parents to pay for her memorial and to have a tomb built for her. At first, the doctor was frequently seen by Elena's mausoleum at night. It looked idealistic, but nobody knew that he had the key to the tomb and that he was protecting Elena's corpse secretly. Then he transported the decaying body to his makeshift lab, which was constructed from an old airplane. In that, he stitched her and injected stiff wires to preserve and change her carriage at ease. Then he put glass eyes in her sockets, filled the inside of her body with cloth, and polished the skin. Then he was enjoying the company of his cherished one, and he cooked for her, danced with her, and slept by her for almost a decade. Once he was spotted buying some women's clothes and some perfumes, and all kinds of ladies' things, and people supposed that he was seeing someone. He was also seen dancing with a ladylike figure, which was behind closed curtains inside his home. Then, everyone found out about this love he had for her. The rumors reached Elena's parents, who were very glad for him, till one day in October in the year 1940, Elena's sister got prepared to visit Tanzler. Astonishingly, she discovered that the doctor was still living with her dead sister, and ran out of the house in horror to account the case to the police. Then, Tanzler was inspected by a psychiatrist and deemed emotionally competent to stand a trial. He was accused of promiscuously and malevolently destroying a grave and eliminating a body without authorization. But the public was concerned about his acts, seeing him as a desperate romantic. Many felt sorry for his bad luck instead of accusing the wrongdoings of a man with a simple psychological disorder. After the trial, he asked if her body could be reimbursed to him. Even more warped was the fact that upon public request, the authorities planned to display the body in a museum. After a short while, the body was lastly buried in the cemetery, and only at this time in a spotless grave so that depraved admirers would not find a way to steal it. Since he did not get Elena's body back, he shaped a life-size doll in her image, and he spent the lasting years with this likeness of Elena. Karl Tanzler died in the year 1952 at the age of 75. Guys, what do you call Karl Tanzler? An insane lover or a mental patient? Please subscribe to this channel and ring the bell icon for regular updates.